Hey, my name is Chris and I'm the Chief Digital Officer here at FSN Capital. I was brought into this firm 2 years ago to digitize how we operate. So to explain what that means, let me first take you a couple of steps back and talk about what a private equity firm is. We own a fund, and that fund will invest or buy companies. We'll own the companies for a certain amount of time, and then we'll sell them off for more than we bought them for. So that's very core what a private equity firm does. And to digitize that, to me, is about three things. So first of all, that means pulling in more data into our decision making. Today, I think it's a bit too much gut feeling based, so I think we need to move away from that. So we're building a data warehouse, pulling in all the data you would expect would be in an investment process. Quarterly reports, public data, like structured data you would find laying around. I think the interesting part is when we start looking at exotic or alternative data, credit card data, imagery, things you would not necessarily expect to find in an investment process. So step one is all about data. Step two is to quantify our decisions such that we can score our decision making and feed that back into future decisions. So when we make a decision, a few years later, we will know whether or not that was a good or bad decision and why this was. Today, this is not fully recorded. It's not fully quantified. I think if we do that, we can create a learning system with a closed feedback loop such that when we make future decisions, we can learn as an organization and feed that back into the decisions we make. So applying rules, quantifying the decisions that we make, and trying to streamline the process of buying and selling companies. And thirdly, it's about automation. So I think today how we interact with external stakeholders, how we do our monthly and quarterly reporting internally, there's a lot of stuff that I think we could do faster and better, and we could do more with less. So automation is the name of the game on the third one. And this is sort of where you come in. So I've been given a fairly significant mandate from our partner group, both in terms of headcount, but also budget on how to execute on this vision. So if you are the type of person that thrives in ambiguity, who kind of love to see a goal far up ahead, huddle together with your team to figure out how to get there, if that resonates with you, I might just be looking for you to talk to you. If you're the person that find it fun to work in a startup-y, techy environment, fully funded, this might be the right place for you. I'll share why I started in FSN. My previous job, I used to run Google Cloud here in Norway. And moving from Google to the finance industry and private equity is sort of the opposite job in many ways. So if you are considering the same, I'll share my top 3 reasons for doing what I did. So first of all, for me, it was about the challenge. So I thought, okay, this company, FSN, they're trying to digitize their core process. Nobody in the industry has done this before. I sort of seen it happen in other industries, and I've done it in the tech industry, but for the finance industry, I have never done that. So I thought the challenge sounded really, really interesting. I felt the mandate, I felt the support from the partner group. So to me, that was kind of the first thing that caught my attention. The second thing that caught my attention was sort of growing up, if I'm allowed to say. So in FSN, on a daily basis, I interact with board members, CEOs, upper management of the biggest companies in Europe. The network, the knowledge and the experience I've gotten over the past 2 years would have probably taken me decades to grow in the tech industry. So as a kind of personal growth journey, this has been a total rocket for me in terms of jumping a few years ahead. And to me, that was important growing up. And the third reason might sound a bit cheesy, but trust me on this one. This was important for me. So to me, it was about impact. Working in the tech industry, first of all, I felt like a small piece in a very large machine. And second of all, I felt a bit reactive. So in the tech industry, you're sort of this support function that execute on what other people tell you to execute on. And you're not really in the driving seat of impact. FSN literally holds billions of euros that is deployed into the market. And if I can make a change on how these funds are deployed, I am in fact impacting how Europe and ultimately the world operates. I have 3 kids. When I look at them and see their future, I think the planet is heading in the wrong direction. To me, this was very, very important. So my values are very much aligned with FSN's. And I feel that every day I get to make that impact, and I get to look myself in the mirror and actually, change the world. It sounds cheesy, but that's how I feel. So this was my journey. This was a bit about FSN and what we're trying to do and the vision. If this sounds fun, if this sounds something that you would be interested to learn more about, I encourage you to get in touch. And with that, I'll end my rant here. I hope to see you.